Hey everyone, welcome to a deep dive on how to absolutely crush it as a renewable energy engineer.
We're talking acing that interview.
We've got the inside scoop from RoleCatcher's database, right? Real interview questions, the kind that could make or break your dream job.
And we'll unpack exactly what those hiring managers are really looking for.
First things first, RoleCatcher's Career Guide, fresh off the press from December, tells us this field is about way more than just solar panels, which is awesome.
We're talking wind, geothermal, bioenergy. It's a whole world of renewable energy out there.
And did you know this career path is only getting hotter? It's like trying to snag tickets to a sold-out concert.
The demand for renewable energy engineers, it's going to skyrocket as we transition to, a future that's actually livable.
Okay, enough with the doom scrolling. Let's get down to brass tacks, shall we? First question. Describe your experience with renewable energy technologies. Sounds easy, right?
Deceptively simple. It's about more than just rattling off a list of buzzwords. They want to feel your passion.
Okay, so don't just say, I know solar. Say something like, I'm obsessed with solar thermal energy. I even built a mini version in my backyard. Okay, maybe not that specific.
But you get the idea. Showcase your enthusiasm. What excites you? Maybe you took a course on the latest wind turbine tech.
Speaking of showing off your skills, RoleCatcher says these competency-based questions are everywhere now. You know those tell me about a time when questions that interviewers love.
Especially important when it comes to safety, which is huge in this field.
All right, question 2. How do you ensure the safety of renewable energy systems? Don't just say, I follow the rules.
Right. Tell them about a time you spotted a potential hazard on a project, maybe a loose cable or something.
And then what? How'd you fix it, hero?
Exactly. Show them you're proactive, a problem solver.
Okay, now they want to see if you can actually walk the walk. Question 3. How would you approach designing a renewable energy system for a building?
This is where you break out the big guns, your problem-solving skills. They want to see your process, how you think.
So should you, whip out a whiteboard and start sketching diagrams?
Maybe not literally, but walk them through it. Start with an energy audit, consider the location, the building's needs, the practical stuff.
RoleCatcher mentions that software like Energy Plus is pretty standard in the industry.
Name-dropping those tools shows you're in the know.
Like you speak their language.
And RoleCatcher's AI can actually analyze those job descriptions and tell you exactly which software skills to highlight. Pretty neat, huh?
It's like having a crystal ball for your interview. Speaking of staying ahead of the curve, get ready for question 4. How do you stay up to date with the latest developments in renewable energy technologies? This field moves faster than a Tesla on autopilot, am I right?
No kidding. It's constantly evolving.
So reading the occasional article probably won't cut it.
Nope. They want to see you're a lifelong learner, always hungry for more knowledge.
What kind of things should you mention?
Think conferences, workshops, webinars, the real deal. Maybe you follow industry experts online or belong to professional organizations like the American Solar Energy Society.
Show them you're plugged into the renewable energy network.
Exactly. And don't forget, RoleCatcher can actually recommend relevant learning resources based on the skills you need to level up. It's like having a personalized career coach in your pocket.
Okay, moving on to question 5. Things are getting real world. How do you approach project management for renewable energy projects? We're not talking about building a birdhouse here. These projects can be massive.
Huge, with tons of moving parts, budgets, permits, timelines, you name it.
So how do you prove you can handle the chaos?
Structure, my friend, structure. Mention a specific project management methodology you're comfortable with, whether it's agile, waterfall, or something else.
And don't forget those all-important stories, right?
Right. Maybe you spearheaded a solar panel installation project and faced some unexpected roadblocks like bad weather or supply chain issues. Tell them how you kept the project on track, how you communicated with stakeholders, how you basically saved the day.
Because everyone loves a good problem solver. All right, question 6 takes us on a field trip. How do you approach site assessment for renewable energy projects? This is where things get technical.
It's all about understanding the lay of the land, literally.
What kind of things should you be thinking about?
Geographical suitability is key, right? Wind patterns for wind farms, solar irradiance for solar installations, proximity to the grid, the essentials.
It's not just about finding a sunny spot for those solar panels, is it?
Definitely not. You've got to consider things like environmental impact, permitting requirements, even the local community's concerns. Show them you're thinking holistically.
Okay, time to put on our detective hats. Question 7. Can you describe a time when you had to troubleshoot a renewable energy system?
Ugh, the inevitable curveball. They want to see how you handle pressure, how you think critically when things go wrong.
So should we fabricate a dramatic story about a near meltdown at a solar farm?
Keep it real, but choose a situation where you had to really use your noggin. Maybe you were troubleshooting a performance issue with a wind turbine.
And what did you do? Walk us through your process.
Emphasize your methodical approach, analyzing data, running diagnostics, testing components, consulting with experts, whatever it took to identify the root cause and get things back online.
It's all about showcasing your problem-solving prowess. All right, question 8. How do you ensure that renewable energy systems are operating efficiently? Efficiency is key, right?
Absolutely. It's all about maximizing energy output and minimizing waste.
So you'd want to mention things like using sensors to monitor performance, right?
Exactly. Talk about your experience with data analysis, performance optimization techniques, maybe even predictive maintenance to catch those potential issues before they turn into major headaches.
It's like being a doctor for renewable energy systems. Preventative care is crucial. Okay, question 9 takes a more collaborative turn. Can you describe a time when you had to work with stakeholders to implement a renewable energy project? I imagine this can be a bit of a juggling act, right?
It definitely takes strong communication and interpersonal skills. You're dealing with a whole mix of people: government agencies, community groups, investors, sometimes even skeptical neighbors.
So how do you keep everyone happy?
It's all about finding common ground, addressing concerns, and building consensus. Maybe you were involved in a project where there was some local opposition.
Oh, like those not in my backyard folks.
Exactly. Share how you listened to their concerns, addressed their questions, and ultimately found a solution that worked for everyone involved.
Okay, now for the question that's on everyone's mind. How do you approach cost-benefit analysis for renewable energy projects? Because, let's be real, money talks.
It's a crucial aspect, and interviewers want to know you can speak the language of ROI.
Show them you're not just a tech whiz. You understand the financial side of things, too.
Precisely.
So how do you knock this question out of the park?
Well, you got to break it down for them, right? Start with the costs, like the equipment, the installation, maintenance permits, all that jazz.
The nitty-gritty.
Exactly. And then lay out the benefits, the energy savings, reduced emissions, maybe even things like increased property value if we're talking about, say, residential solar.
So you're basically painting a picture of the financial upside.
Exactly. And here's where your research on the company comes in handy.
So it's not just about knowing your stuff, it's about knowing their stuff too.
Right. Every company's got their own priorities. Some are all about that quick ROI. Others are playing the long game with sustainability. Show them you've done your homework.
Show them you're not just looking for any job, you're looking for their job.
Now you're getting it.
And speaking of having an edge, can we just talk about how RoleCatcher can be a game changer for interview prep? I mean, having access to these real-world questions is one thing, but that AI support takes it to a whole new level.
Right. It's like having a secret weapon. Remember how it analyzes job descriptions to pinpoint those key competencies they're looking for?
Yeah, it's reading their minds, or at least their algorithms.
And that AI feedback on your practice answers, it's like having a personal coach in your back pocket, giving you that extra boost of confidence.
Honestly, I wish I had this when I was interviewing. It would save me a lot of stress eating.
Me too. But hey, even if you're not currently on the job hunt, the insights we've talked about today are valuable for anyone in the renewable energy world, or anyone who wants to be, right?
Totally. So, as we wrap up this deep dive, remember, the renewable energy field is on fire right now. And with the right prep and the right tools like RoleCatcher, you'll be well on your way to landing that dream job and, saving the planet one solar panel at a time.
I love it. So go out there, be prepared, be passionate, and go make a difference.
And be sure to check out RoleCatcher. We'll drop a link in the show notes. Until next time, stay curious, keep learning, and keep reaching for those career goals.